It seems as though already we have a new episode in the greatest reality TV show of all time, that is US politics. That's right. We have another episode in this absolute great TV show that we've been having that's been going on for over a week now with the whole entire US election. Ever since Donald Trump has gone into, pretty much became official that he is going to become once again the president of the United States, it has been nothing but great television. That's what it is. Like I've said multiple times on this channel, I am an Aussie, so to me, US politics is like a reality TV show, so I will be covering it with anything pops up that's popular because I find it absolutely ridiculous and it makes for great content. And today, we're talking about a political commentator, specifically some guy named Nicholas Fuentes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, but if I'm not, it doesn't really matter too much. But to put a little backstory on this, after Trump got announced as the president of the United States, obviously one of the big topics when it's come to him being president and, why people were voting against him was abortion. Now, I'm not here to give my, full opinions on it, as once again, I live here in Australia, so it doesn't really matter what my opinions necessarily mean on abortion either, whether I'm against it or for it, that doesn't really matter. But he put out a tweet saying this: "Your body, my choice, forever." Now, as much as I said I'm not going to give my opinions, I do have to say, I have to kind of talk about this a little bit. This is a very controversial thing to say. It 100% is, and I'm not here to agree with this guy or disagree with him. I personally, you know what? I don't think this is the greatest thing to tweet out. I honestly don't. But at the same time, it's free speech. That's what America's all about. If you want to have a speech, even if it's wrong, you know what? You have the right to say something. And I disagree with this. I disagree with what he's saying, and it's kind of stupid. But this tweet obviously popped the hell off. As you can see, it got 90 million views on Twitter. That is insane. That's crazy. That is an insane amount of people interacting and coming across this tweet. Even I came across it on my For You page. That's how popular it was that it came across me when I saw it. I just kept scrolling. I didn't really, take knowledge to this. And obviously when it comes to something like this, you would just go, yep, this is a dumb tweet. This guy, he's just being a bit extreme or whatever it may be, but we're going to kind of move on from this. But a lot of the people on the other side who are against him took this a step further and actually doxed him online. That's right. His address and his location got doxed. This is one example of someone posting a bit of a meme about it, and I'm going to blur it myself as I am completely against doxing, which I will get into more in this video. But she posts a little meme about it and posts his address full on for all of her followers to see. As you can see, just this tweet alone got over 100,000 views. And obviously, when someone like this gets doxed, who's very controversial, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to take this a step too far. And one of the ways that someone took it a step too far is that, before I get more into it in the title of this video, is that someone actually doxed his mother, which I think is way too far, because apparently he felt like his house was threatened, and the fact that, he's been doxed and people might come to his house. So apparently he was staying at his mum's house or something like that, and they actually doxed his mother's house as well, which I think that's just even worse than doxing this guy's house. But obviously the point of it going too far is that some lady actually went to his house, and not only did she rock up to his house, but she actually knocked on the door, and Nick opened up the door, and as he opened up the door, he sprayed pepper spray in front of this woman, at this woman, sorry. And then as she had pepper spray on her face, he kicked her down the stairs. And there are photos that she has posted, because not only has she posted photos of him pepper spraying her, apparently it was a little canister or something like that. As you can see, this is a very blurred photo that she has posted, and this is of another photo of him standing over her as I don't know if it's just her phone or her holding her phone or whatever it may be. But also she posted the whole encounter of from her going acknowledging that she saw his house get doxed, her rocking up to his house, and the proceedings of her knocking on the door and the reasons why she knocked on the door of his house, and everything that came after that as well. Supposedly she also called the police on this dude as well, to which the police showed up to his house. This is another photo that she posted on her Facebook, which has gone absolutely viral as well. And the police so far have done nothing. I'm going to get into it more now. So I think that even if you disagree with someone, and even if you hate someone so much and you think that someone's opinion is absolutely stupid. Like I said, you could disagree with Nick on what he said, the whole your body, my choice thing. I don't necessarily agree with that. But if someone wants to go ahead and say something like that, even if someone wants to go ahead and say something absolutely stupid on the internet, to me, it's just like, they're just being dumb. Like, if someone says something that you disagree with, okay, just, I don't know, turn it off. Like, to me, it's just words. It really is. And obviously there's deeper meaning to it and there's deeper things to it because, you know, Trump and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, this is just some dude on the internet. And I think that no matter what someone says and no matter what someone does, I think that doxing someone is going way too far. I always think that it's never appropriate to dox anyone whatsoever. It's not appropriate. There should never be a meaning to want to dox someone, especially the fact that they have then gone ahead and doxed his mother as well. To me, that's just way worse than just doxing him. And then there is the whole talks about whether she is going to press charges. Well, supposedly she is actually pressing charges against him for assault. And there's a lot of question on the internet of who would actually win this case of assault. So I myself have looked up of what it comes to the criminal, like, trespassing laws in Illinois, because that is like, I'm not going to dox his full entire address, but he does live in the state of Illinois. And I myself looked up what are the terms of when it comes to, you know, trespassing in Illinois. Because if you don't know, especially in America, when it comes to defending your property in America, if if someone's trespassing on your property, you have the right in some states, especially I know one big state is Texas, you have the right to get rid of them off your property in any way means necessary. And Illinois does have that law to a certain extent, though. It says here that the prosecution will usually have to prove that the defendant had noticed that entry to the property was forbidden or that the defendant had noticed that they had to exit the premises. If the defense can show there was no notice or the notice was inadequate, the defendant will be acquitted. And then I also saw this as well about, can you forcibly remove a trespasser in Illinois? It says a property owner, a lease and agent, or either the owner or leasee or a performer or participant may use reasonable force to restrain a trespasser and remove him or her from the restricted area. However, any use of force beyond reasonable force may subject that person to any applicable criminal penalty. So, the thing that it comes down to of like who will win this case, we don't have the video of her showing up because apparently she was filming this as she showed up to his house and knocked on the door, but she's supposedly holding that evidence just for the police at the moment, is not releasing that to the public at this point in time. But if on that footage, she knocks on the door and he says, leave this property or go away, and she does not leave the property, to which he opens the door and then pepper sprays her, he has every right in the law, in Illinois law, to go ahead and do so. But if she's simply knocking on his door and then without telling her to leave at first, he pepper sprays and kicks her down without saying anything beforehand, without giving her any warning, then she can win that case on a technicality. And also depends on what the state considers to be like forceful, like beyond reasonable force. Now, I think pepper spraying and pushing someone or kicking someone with, like, you know, off your property, I wouldn't really consider that. I mean, me personally, I would say that's within reason. I mean, maybe if you had to pull out a gun and blast her in the head, then that is definitely beyond reasonable. But I mean, pepper spraying someone and kicking them off your property, especially in America, I mean, you guys carry, like, you know, you guys have gun laws and stuff like that over there. So I'm sure that, you know, this to me within America is within reason as well. I think pepper spray is legal over there. Don't quote me on that, but I think it might be, considering you guys have guns, which is why the police themselves completely like dismissed her, because it's like, well, you rocked up to this guy's house and he pepper sprayed you. I mean, you rocked up to his house like unannounced or something like that. And the reason why that he could also win this case of with him not necessarily get off my property is that because his house had been doxed online and because of the things that people were saying online about about him, he might actually win. I'm not sure if this isn't within Illinois law, but at least me, like, just thinking about it, it's just like, well, people were doxing him online and he felt threatened that people might come to his house and, like, ignore, like, put some kind of harm onto him. So, you know, that pressure that he got from people, like, doxing his address online and having the, you know, the fear that someone might come to his house to assault him, he probably has every right to defend himself considering all these things, and there's this random woman that showed up to his door. So he could also win on that. And it's, you know, I'm not here to defend him or go against him. I'm just here to report all this stuff. And in terms of defending him and the whole point of, like, doxing him, once again, I think that no matter what someone says, I think that doxing someone is stupid. I will always say that. Whatever someone says online, even if it's something really dumb, especially even if you disagree with him, with this whole your body, my choice thing. Like I said, I don't really agree with him on that. I don't at all. But I still don't think that it's worth doxing him over. No. And especially rocking up to his property as well. But I would definitely like to hear what you guys have to think about all this down below. This, once again, it's another episode in the US politics reality TV show. Guys, US, if you live in the USA, guys, keep it coming. It's been great content. I've been loving it. But that's going to be it for me. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.